If you're 0-2 in fantasy football right now, stop scrolling. We are going over the complete guide on how to save your team. Let's get started. So first you have to figure out why you are actually 0-2. And this can be for a couple different reasons, but it is very important because the solutions for you vastly differ depending on the reason. Reason number one. You've just flat out been unlucky or unfortunate. Now, this is the category that every 0-2 team wants to put themselves in. But the reality is, this is only a actual very small percentage of 0-2 teams right now. Perhaps you scored the second most points out of any team last week, but you just happened to be matched up against the person who scored the highest amount of points last week. So basically, you would have beat any other team aside from the one that you faced. Your team is still putting up a lot of points. You've just got unfortunate matchups. Maybe you started Xavier Worthy week 1, etc., etc. If this is you, the best thing you can do here, nothing. It is a very long season. If this is truly the case, you truly have been unlucky or unfortunate, you will start to win games. The worst thing you could do here is panic about being 0-2 and start trying to trade your players away. Reason number 2, your big name players are flopping. This is probably a large percentage of the 0-2 teams in fantasy right now. Perhaps you drafted guys like BTJ or AJ Brown, maybe Derrick Henry cost you in week 2. And this is where things get a little more complicated because the best thing to do in this situation depends on your player who is flopping. For example, Derrick Henry put up like 2 points or something in week 2. Derrick Henry will be fine. AJ Brown, however, is a full-blown panic in my opinion. So if you have your first or second round players like BTJ, perhaps AJ Brown, maybe even like Chase Brown a little bit, I think it is time to shop these players and get the maximum amount of value off of their name. Try to use your players' big name value to get a couple buy low, high potential fantasy players. These could be guys like Ted McMillan, Jakobi Meyers, Tyler Warren, Travis Etienne, Rashee Rice. A player like AJ Brown has lost a lot of his value since preseason, but he still has some name value left. He is AJ Brown. So if you have a player like this and you don't think the future is looking bright for them, trade them while you still can. Get some potential league winner sleepers. Don't get caught up on keeping your big name value. Guys like Travis Etienne, Isaiah Pacheco, and Chris Olave all went in the second round of last year's fantasy draft. If you chose to hold on to these guys last year, then you were in for a rough season because all of these players flopped extremely hard. It is not too late to get good value on these guys, but if you continue to wait on a guy like AJ Brown and he flops week after week after week, you're gonna get less and less value from him. However, let's say you have a guy like Drake London. He hasn't done too well, but his target share is there. He has good upside. In this instance, I think it is your best bet to hold on to a guy like Drake London until he has a couple of good weeks, and then you can look to trade him. The worst thing you can do here